Hello, this is Sierra and welcome to another video. Today we're doing another video looking into what's going on in the latest episodes of Hermitcraft. I am going to be talking a little bit about everything. Well, apart from Scars, even though, well, Scars pretty much said it enough that, well, he's a part of the royal court, but yeah, there's not much to say about that. We have to talk about what's going on, like, one, like, I have Phelps in my notes because, well, she made Ren's royal bedroom, just because, she wanted to keep him in there, like, tried to see if she could keep him in there for as long as he could, and so that he wouldn't be going around and seeing whatever mischief would happen. She's not necessarily for the king, and part of me is wondering whether or not she's going to be the mole for the season that Mumbo has been for season 6 and season 7, if you recall. But I don't know if that's the case. We don't know much of anything. It's still at the beginning stages. Yeah, this whole thing is still at the beginning stage, including the supergroup resistance sort of thing. They don't even have a name yet. There's an idea. Supergroup coup. Hey. We'll see. Supergroup. We'll see. Anyway, that's still in progress because, well, Jem's video left off on them coming together and then thinking of ideas of what they could do to make the king quit being king, pretty much. Basically, having Ren give up the throne on his own without any fighting, just psychological war. Not really causing any havoc. It just depends on how Ren takes this and who he thinks is behind all of this and what he does about it. Because, for one, he doesn't have a dungeon, so he can't hold anybody hostage down there. And putting somebody down the vault definitely worked last time. I found a whole party down there, and the warden would think under the water. What? Yeah, like, you think it's gonna work a second time? Oh boy. I mean, it could, but yeah. Basically, in Jem's video, they were thinking about what they were going to do, and then Jem later explained that she's not necessarily anti-king, but she wanted to be there for her supergroup because, well, they've been friends since the beginning of the season, and they've been together since beginning, so why wouldn't you? They're her friends. Who wouldn't help them? Who wouldn't aid them in causing a little bit of shenanigans? So with the road to life all over again. Anyway, we should get right into the meat of this video. The reason why you're here, of course, if you've watched a magician's video about what was going on with Grian and Grumbot, you probably already know that theory pretty well, and the idea that Grumbot is evil and that he wants to take over the server because Bobo is away. Yeah, he feels like he can be mayor, he can do it because it stands. You know the theory. But I want to go in a different direction. I want to talk to you about what happened in this video, so you can have a better idea about what to expect or not expect. I'm not saying he's wrong. In fact, it's very possible he's right. As cliche as it is very possible. But I'm not saying it is because we don't really know yet. We only have like a few scenes right now. Just a couple. We need a little bit more time to see what happens. And you never know, like, all this chaos with Grian not wanting to start a resistance happening, and then Ren trying to deal with it, and then after all that, Grandpa is like, fine, I'm done with this. But mainly, you don't know, we don't know. This is just a theory, just like their video with a theory. It's not fact. Nothing is confirmed yet. But yeah, basically, Robot is, well, from what I can tell from the scenes I've seen, he's a bit more more mature than the one we've seen in season 7. Of course, he's from another universe. Time could have been different. Like, he could have left his world universe later in life. Later in his AI life, whatever that means. But he was definitely more mature, more put together, more sentient, more able to deal with his own feelings, and yeah, that's just how it is. Because one example of this is when you think about the last, like, Impulse's latest video as of this upload, and Grian's latest video, well, latest Hermitcraft video as of this upload. As of this those two uploads, basically, you have two things: Grian rigging grumbot and giving him the words that he wants him to say, and Impulse saying something and getting the results. Like, Grian put generate content into grumbot, but what came out was not the same thing. It said Father 1 wants you to generate content, and so Impulse did that and decided he wanted to throw resistance, but he couldn't do it himself, and he needed help from his subgroup companions. And yeah, so he asked them for help. What they're gonna do with that, I don't know. But I'm not saying grumbot started this resistance. He didn't. He wanted no part of this. He didn't want anything to do with this craziness, shenanigans. And maybe there's a reason for that. As I'm thinking about it right now, like, I did have notes here, but I'm thinking about it. Maybe there's a reason why he didn't want to do it. Maybe there's bad memories about what happened last time he had a resistance. Who knows? But, I don't know. He just definitely didn't like Grian putting words into his mouth and making him say things he didn't agree to saying. And, yeah. Grian, like, and he got mad at Grian. He was disappointed. Maybe disgusted by what he saw. Basically seeing Grian as the same Grian, like, very similar Grian to the Grian that he knew. And a lot of people come to the conclusion that what happened to that other Grian was death. But unless you're in Hermitcraft Season 8, Minecraft players don't necessarily permanently die. So what happened to Grian? Did his consciousness get uploaded somewhere? Did he get trapped somewhere where he couldn't escape? Was he tormented by grumbot? Or was there a possibility that grumbot just exiled him? Or something. Just whatever he did to, yeah. And the other Grian was sorry about what he did. And maybe power got too much into his head. Maybe that's why he's so often not always the leader forefront of everything. Like, well, he is for the resistance, but when it comes to Mumbo, like, yeah, Mumbo was the head and he was more of the puppet. Like, what would happen if he got too much power? We don't know. We could see with Ren that power did eventually get to him. So, and he started getting a little clean. He didn't want to lose it. He had everything with good reason, and yeah, he wants to keep that power. And that's why Impulse Pearl, well, Gem just wants to tag along and want to make him quit. But I don't want to say that Grian was the one who started this, because technically what Grian did was push it over the edge. He didn't start it. Impulse was already getting there on his own. He just needed that final push to do it. First, he threw the rulebook into the pit. Not once, twice. Then, well, he was upset about the fact that he ran cleaned all of his shops, even the one that wasn't open yet. And then he gets the generated content of remove king claim. Instead of doing what was intended, He interpreted it the way you always interpret content. Start a resistance. People say Grian should start a resistance or join one. Maybe he doesn't have to. Maybe that's not the plan. Let's say that's not the plan. What is he going to do? Is he just going to be neutral? Just still be a bad citizen, even though not necessarily a part of any chaos? Just adding more chaos into the mix? That would be more interesting. If he's just on his own causing chaos, while there is a resistance going on and an independent state that Ren has to deal with. And clearly Doc doesn't want to be a part of anything. He just doesn't want to be a part of it. And if Ren tries to encroach on that space, well, it's going to be war. It's not a war that Ren can win, unfortunately. So, yeah. It's more of a psychological war this time. And, yeah. I just want to hear what Grian says about all of this. What he'll think when he finds out that this resistance was started. Not by the content generator. It was just a push in that right direction. It's all about subtlety here. You just gotta pay attention to details. It was getting there. And that's how it happened. Anyway, what do you guys think? All of these theories and stuff, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Like, I had a chat with Scar's Discord server and the subreddit Hermitcraft Discord server, just talking about what was going on with Grumbot and his changes, differences, what wording meant, and yeah, trying to figure out where this thing was coming from, or Grumbot was coming from. Is he Grumbot Prime? Because, if he is, then he would be the original Grumbot, right? Is the Grumbot we know just an alternate Grumbot, or is this that Grumbot, and he's just claiming that he's from another universe for whatever reason? Who knows? We don't know. But yeah, this Grumbot he's got some baggage, clearly. Maybe he needs some therapy. Maybe he needs a hug. Who knows? I'm not gonna say he's the bad guy. It could possibly be the case. But if that is the case, don't come yelling at me in the comments. I mean, you can. I'm just going to ignore you. I'm fine being wrong. I've been wrong before. Anyway, let me know in the comments what's going on in your heads, what theories you might have for this, and what could possibly happen. And if the comments aren't there, just let me know on Twitter, Discord, in another video. I'll eventually find it and be like, oh, I need to turn back on the comments. Okie dokie, let me do that. It's easy. It's even if you yell at me, even if you're quote-unquote mean, I would want that. But even if you did, you would let me know. That's more important to me than not saying anything and me be like, well, that ruined the video. Anyway, I'm repeating myself. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a like, and yeah. If you want to see more, subscribe. You never know, I could do more theories. I probably will. Especially with the directions things might be going. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing a Lovely World video soon for what's going on over there, as well as any Empire news that are coming. Probably just thinking about how things are going to turn out. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. If you guys have any theories, feel free to share them. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. You don't have to. And yeah, we can go our separate ways. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one, whatever that might be. Goodbye.